So this is how you're going to scan your original image so you don't have to risk messing it up. So I did my first sketch on regular sketch paper, and I want it on watercolor paper because I'm going to be doing a watercolor. So I printed this one out already, but it's a little bit too light. I'm not seeing the image all the way that I'd like to. So I'm going to do another one and I'm going to record it. So first I'm going to cut my watercolor paper down to the size of regular printing paper. And here is my regular 8.5 by 11 printing paper. And I'm just going to cut it down. So excuse me, just cut it down. Sorry, I'm holding the phone at the same time while I'm doing this. I wasn't exactly planning on this video, but I thought it might be helpful. So 8.5, this is really cool. I got this cutter, it's a swing line, but I guess if you don't have one, you can still use the scissors. It's just going to be not as even, but this is really a great tool to keep it nice and straight. So I'm going to just line it up there, 8.5 by 11, and then slice it down. Okay, so now I have my watercolor paper that's the same size as my printing paper. And one side is nice and rich, and that's the side I want to use. You can see the texture. The other side is just kind of flat, and that's not really the best for, that's just the back side. So be careful that you make sure you put it in the printer upside down so that it prints on the texture side. So this is the texture side. I'm going to print it upside down. So here's my printer. I'm just using a HP printer. I'm going to take out all of these papers from in here, and I'm going to put in my watercolor paper upside down. All the way in there. And here I'm going to go on the computer. You're going to be on TV, huh? It's my son. Okay, so I already scanned my original sketch, so here it is. And this is the one that I printed, and I used a 6 by 9 layer underneath because that's what I want to cut it down to. So I'm just going to undo that, and you can see the parts where I erased, where I scanned, because it was like blue or gray or whatever. So that can let go, and I put it at 50%, which was too light. So I'm going to try and put it at, let's see what 80% looks like. 80%. Actually, I think I'll keep it. I didn't clean up the sketch at all. So now I'm like, do I need to clean it up? No, I think I'm going to leave it like that. Right at 80%. Let's see maybe even what 85 looks like. No, I'm going to keep it at 80. So 80%, and I'm going to file, print with preview. And let's see, I already have it like cornered so I can cut it down. And I'm going to click print and proceed. Okay. And so now I still have my original sketch, but I can color without worry.
As you can see, it's now printing.
As you can see, it is now printing, that's right.
Sometimes takes a while.
Yeah, it's not the most up-to-date printer, but it works pretty good. Okay, so here I have my new image, which is a copy of my sketch, but now there's a lot more color in there. So I was trying to pencil it back in, but what's the point of printing it back out if I'm going to pencil it back in? So I just printed out another one, and that's a lot darker. So this is the 80% and this is the 50%, so you guys can see what's the difference. And here again is the original sketch. So now I'm going to cut this down to 6 by 9 because that's the size that I want to do my watercolors in right now. So just be careful which side you want it on. So I'm going to flip it So this is lined up right at 9. And I gotta put the phone down for just a sec. Hold on. While I do this, you guys are looking into a jar right now. Don't worry, I'm still here. And there's go. There's 9, and now I'm gonna do the 6. Okay, so there is my lovely sketch on watercolor paper with the texture side. You can see the textures there. So I'm gonna take the tape off of the old sketch, the old print that I did that was 50%, which is a little too light for me. And I'm gonna tape this one down and start watercoloring. And I'll be back when that's done. See you later. Okay, so now I'm in the phase 2. So this is what it looks like, a little bit more cleaned up. So this is my scanned image at 80%. I printed it out. There's the original sketch over here. And this was the one I did at 50%. And here is my scan. So here I go again. Here's a scan at 80%, and I cleaned it up a bit. You do want to make sure that you really know where your fingers and toes are. That's one thing. I didn't clean it up on the rough, but before you start painting, and like that first layer of paint, it starts to get a little cloudy anyway where those fingers and toes are. So make sure that you clean that area up. All the little details that you want to not lose. I added in the background also where I want to be painting. So this is what it looks like, a little bit more cleaned up. And the next phase is going to be painting. And I got my watercolor set up over here, and I'm going to be using a little bit of gouache too, and I'll be back when that's all done. And here it is. This is the final result. I finished my drawing, and I added some paint. This is mostly watercolor mixed with a little bit of gouache. I got my characters here, all the details in, and it's all done. And I still have my original sketch over here, so if I wanted to go ahead and try it digital or do it another way other than watercolor, then I have that option. So this is a great way to save your original sketch while you finish up your final drawing. And also, if you don't have a scanner, you can use a camera phone and then print it out from there. That works too. Just know that the resolution is going to be different. But yeah, this is a great way to save your sketch and then add the color on top. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.